Level up. Hello. Okay, good. I'm still setting some things up. Sorting things out. Hey, Cognacs. Let me sort all this out properly. Hi there. Right. Let me boom. There we go. Let's get started. Hey, Maximum. Greetings. The longest stream you've ever done today. Two hours. Okay. Anyone come by?
Now traveling to Petra.
And a couple of people. Okay. Use my skin. Okay. I'll sort that out.
Together, we are. It's only a game. What do you have to be made? Don't go back.
Oh no. Yeah, it's about having fun and enjoying yourself, first of all, really. That's the most important part.
Prepare to attack. Select your hero.
Together, we are strong.
What was that, Maximum? What did you stream?
This is not my kind of weather. Anyone have an extra coat?
Heal up.
Attack commences in 30 seconds.
What are you looking at?
I shouldn't overstay my welcome. Привет.
What kind of game is that?
What's an aimbot?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attack commences. Capture object
D&D. Okay.
Barriers on.
Ow. You're just planing for it? Right.
A temporary setback. Go! Zarya, active. That's a scratch. Ready for battle. Get in there. Everyone, hold the object.
Ow.
I'm on fire. What initiative is mine?
A temporary setback.
My thanks.
Locking down the objective.
Okay, let's do it.
Commence attack on objective.
No, no, no. No. Oh, how rude. Keep killing them.
Ready for transcendence.
Heal up.
This fight is not over. Get in. Your best shot. Not enough.
Oh no.
Group up with me.
Wiek żywi, wiek uczy.
Tracer here. Group up with me.
Don't be shy.
Group up here.
Snowball is making you uncomfortable, but why? It's an inanimate object.
Locking down the objective.
Into the iris.
They're the exact same size as they usually are.
My ultimate is charging.
Perseverance
Yeah, why
is
not,
the
Maximum? Why not? Sounds like a good enough reason to me.
Catch stuff.
I am under attack.
Oh no.
Без труда, не видишь, и рыбку из труда. Barrier is ready for battle.
Oh, come on. Rude.
I'm claiming this objective.
Огонь по готовности.
Well, I can ult next time when I get there again.
Heal up.
And what's that? Face cam.
Baptiste here.
This will help.
Why can't you?
Para, let's go.
Get out of time. Attack. Starting up.
My ultimate's ready.
Barrier is on you. Enemy turret ahead.
Start your vengeance. Ooh.
Converge on the objective.
Defeat. Rude. Webcams are cheap enough. Unless you want to buy a fancy one.
Play of the game. Triple kill.
Huh. Those cheap ones are good enough quality these days. Ooh, almost 47. Why doesn't... Oh, there it does. Okay. Good. It's actually working today. Ooh.
Welcome to Paris.
Someone call the ambulance. Someone call the ambulance.
Oh. Amazing.
Helden sterben nicht.
Welcome to Paris. Prepare to attack. Select your hero.
Oh, okay, good. Right. Is it worth spending that money on going out clubbing when that's a rather pricey pastime?
Together, we are strong.
Ain't too much gun.
Attack commences in 30 seconds.
Just like in training. Visualize it, then execute.
I don't have a comp rank. My comp rank is no.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attack commencing.
Ba-dum-bum-bum-bum-bum.
Let's go blow something up.
Coordinate your attacks on the attack map.
That's more like it.
Oh no. Boah. Hey.
This fight is
Point
not
is
over.
mine, and you can't get up.
My ultimate is charging. Greetings.
Okay.
Objective A captured. Commence attack on
Get
objective
to you.
Ultimate ready.
Dahi Fidak.
There's something to do, I suppose. I guess Walrus just wants to be the best around.
I am taking the objective.
Yeah. Oh no.
Winston reporting.
Век живи, век учись.
My ultimate is ready.
Walk it off.
Amplification matrix ready.
How do you know that though, Walrus? How do you know that? How can you
I
know
am
that?
still in the fight. Ready for battle.
Oh no.
Amplification matrix ready. Prepare to fire.
Just like in training.
Let them
My ultimate is charged. Attack with me.
Ah! Do something! Everything is fine. Just as long as it's something. Job affects availability, and availability affects how much one can be on the stream, right? The more you can be on the stream, the more you can earn the leaves. Oh.
A temporary.
Graveyard shift. Okay, thanks for the charge. Oh, that didn't quite work.
I will never surrender. Heal up.
Oh, back up.
Victory.
Who was that? Okay, cool.
Play of the game.
You're a community manager, I suppose, being a moderator, right? That's another word for moderator, right? Or another title for it. Community manager. But wouldn't that mean you'd forget to eat, Marsha? You could just turn off the hungry feeling. But wouldn't forgetting to eat be bad?
Level up.
Because then you'd just starve and then you'd die. Suppose you could have like an alarm that tells you, oh, you need to eat now, and then that's fine. You don't have to change your diet necessarily. You just need to reduce. Reduce quantities.
Traveling to Numbani. Prepare to attack. Select your hero.
Meat is fairly inefficient in terms of calories and all that. Eating beef specifically is probably the worst thing you could eat, really, from an environmental perspective.
Together we are strong.
It takes about 8 times as much resources for the same amount of calories. Beef does.
I will strike our enemies where they do not.
As it does for like beans or something, right?
How do I trust a man who is half machine?
The heart of a man still beats inside.
Greetings.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attack commencing. Capture.
Meat is expensive and inefficient. Because why we eat the animal when you can just eat what they're eating instead? And you don't lose all the stuff in between, right? A lot of the calories that the animals eat go to regulating their regular bodily functions and don't go towards actually making the meat that you eat. So you lose a whole lot of efficiency. Instead, you can just eat what they're eating instead. Not in its exact form, but if you eat grains, if you eat the like fruit and vegetables and beans and all that kind of stuff, that's a lot more efficient, both in terms of the amount of food to the nutrition, but also in terms of environmental concerns, right? The amount of land use that's required for beef specifically is enormous. The amount of greenhouse gas emissions is also enormous. Lab-grown meat is a lot more environmentally friendly if you really want to do meat. But also, I've been looking into this recently, and the plant alternatives for burgers are actually getting really close to meat burgers in terms of texture, taste, look, feel, all that kind of stuff. Impossible burgers and stuff like that are actually really, really close in terms of regular meat burgers, right? And a hell of a lot more efficient in terms of production and nutrition.
Hello there. My will is unbroken.
The skins I don't have are all Overwatch League skins. I have everything else. What do you mean, Molsha? And these meat alternative products are actually going to be, once they're, full scale production, much cheaper than meat as well. So not only will they look and taste just the same as meat, they'll be at least half the price. So that'll definitely skyrocket their popularity. And meat will once again become a luxury item rather than a regular consumer grade item. Right. Altered synthetic genome.
A temporary setback.
Okay, good. So basically what that means is they can essentially create bioengineered bacteria and organisms that will manufacture stuff much more efficiently than we could. So that's nice. Essentially that opens the door for all kinds of possibilities, including things like atmospheric terraforming through organic means. So say, for example, if we wanted to transform the atmosphere of Venus, we could do it organically. So we could engineer bacteria to transform the atmosphere, and it would do it extremely efficiently and probably pretty quickly too. That's a more long-term objective, of course, of that sort of bioengineering. But we could do all kinds of things with it here on Earth too. As it says. Hey Martin. eventually we'll get to the point where it'll become a fairly easy and quick process to engineer whatever kind of bacteria we need for any kind of purpose. I believe I heard of a while ago scientists creating bacteria to deal with the plastic waste in the oceans. It would release these bacteria and they'd biodegrade the plastics.
Play of the game.
They basically digest all the plastics and process them into less harmful materials, which could work pretty well. Of course, there will be, and there can be, unintended consequences of that kind of stuff. So you have to be careful in doing that. Because what if the bacteria evolved into something more dangerous? Okay. They edited the genome of it, bit by bit. Yeah. That's cool. But yeah, seems pretty good. Ah, all right.
Now arriving at Zillion.
Game found.
Prepare for battle. Select your hero.
Together. It's only a game. It's only a game. It's only a game. Why do you have to be mad?
I will see them done.
It's only
I
a
haven't
game.
tried League of
Why do you
Legends
have
now.
to be mad?
This is no time for standing around.
The closest thing I've tried is Heroes of the Storm because they bribed us into it.
5,
And then released the skins anyway in game for everyone
round 1. Capture.
a few months later. But I wasn't a big fan of Heroes of the Storm. The gameplay loop didn't really interest me. Whoa. It's still the same core gameplay loop though, right? Between the two games, because they're still pretty much the exact same genre.
A good loser.
Right. You got a team of heroes versus another team of heroes. You got 3 lanes. You got bases for each team that you need to work through and destroy, right? It's the same, essentially. Hello. There are variations between the two games, I'm sure, but the core concepts are the same, as far as I understand it. Same with Dota 2.
My ultimate is ready.
Без труда не видишь и рыбку испытать.
Overwatch and what?
Best round lost.
Barriers on you.
Score 0-1.
No. With Overwatch, there aren't lanes, there aren't bases to destroy. There aren't towers, there aren't creeps. So it's very different, right? You know, creeps, the little monsters that run from one base to the other trying to destroy everything along their way. But are usually pretty weak and die easy, right?
5, 4, 3, 2,
Yeah.
1. Round 2. Capture the objective.
Your best shot.
You've jumped the objective.
When's your birthday? March 27th. Okay. I'm not gonna say I'd never ever play it under no circumstances, right? I'm open to, say, doing one stream of it where you can, like, guide me through the game. I mean, that could be something we could do, right? And then, you know, I'll have a more informed idea of what the whole game is. I doubt I'd like it in the end, but I'm willing to give it a try. Because I need ideas in the end to fill the multiplayer sections of my streams, right? And that's one idea. Ow. Hey, Mr. Bot.
Perfect.
Yeah, I can invite you, Clapsy. So yeah, I could say we could do that if you want, at the usual multiplayer game time, wherever that ends up being, after the quick play stuff. Because I'm not sure whether I want to do multiplayer in the second slot or the third slot. Right. Might make more sense to do it in the second slot. So that'd be 4 till 6 my time, or 11 till 1 your time. Would that work, do you think, Malsha?
This will help.
Just like in training.
An 11 till 1 slot on your birthday. Your time.
I will. I am taking the objective.
Yeah. But if you do get a job, you can always say at the beginning, at the say interview stage, when they obligatorily ask you, or you know, at that stage you can say, I've planned to have this day off, and then they know then, and then they have the choice whether to employ you or not.
We all have our jobs.
Under those conditions, right? It's on a Friday. Oh.
I could have saved him. Maybe the world would have been better off.
We could do it anyway.
Instead of him.
Doesn't have to be on stream.
5, 4,
I can record it and put it on my YouTube
1. Round 3. Capture the objective.
as like a bonus. I don't mind doing that. Of course, it's up to you whether I record it or not. Whether you want it recorded. Be a consensual thing, naturally. Because at that point I'll be done with my quick play stuff, so I won't be anywhere near much of a focus on Overwatch stuff. Because my main focus right now is getting that done. Once that's done, it's much more of a casual objective for my Mystery Heroes stuff. Because we still don't know anything about Overwatch 2 timeline, so there's really no rush. Getting all that stuff done. Yeah, but I don't know when we're going to be done with Stellaris. I really don't. Currently, I don't see an easy path to victory.
This will restore you.
Thanks, love.
But I'll figure it out. No.
My will is unbroken.
Hmm.
冻住，不许走。
Would you say their learning curve is quite steep? Lol. Lol. Yeah. Okay.
Victory.
Roblox. I'm convinced at this point that Roblox is more of a meme than an actual game. That people play.
It's
Oh, that was a diamond portrait on the other team. Oh. I haven't lost a single league game ever.
Now traveling to Petra.
You're boosted. Okay. You can't play a specific lane. Go Sombra. There you go, Sombra.
The world is worth fighting for.
Sombra.
Ahorita regreso.
Alright. How rude. Shooting me like that. What did I ever do to him?
Counting on me.
Sombre. Bleh. Probably catch on quicker, maybe. I mean, have you played Heroes of the Storm, Marsha? Hots. What? It's Sonic game. Why you have to be rude? A mess in what respect?
Be right back. I'm out of here.
No, that was right in my face.
Been here all along. Miss me?
How rude. That's just rude. All I was doing was dancing, and I'm like, you deserve to die. But why? I was just dancing. Dancing.
Apagando las luces.
Dancing. Ah, why you not defend me?
Amazing. You scared me. Amazing. Every day is amazing.
Every day is amazing.
From one thing.
Pointless frivolity.
You scared? You scared? You scared? You scared me.
Step into the door.
Pointless frivolity.
Where's the fun in playing
Pointless
fair?
frivolity.
From one.
Pointless frivolity.
I don't know really. It's hard to know. I didn't really care enough to find that out when I was playing HOTS. I just played the siege tank person and just let it play itself basically. Because with that hero you could just deploy and then your character will just automatically shoot anything in its range. And then once everything in that range is dead, you just move a bit, set up and do it again. So I could just play Overwatch while I played that. Got my matches in.
Welcome to Junkertown. Prepare to attack. Select your hero.
I'm in my room, that's where I am. Why are you sad, Clapsy?
Together we are strong.
That was yesterday. I stopped streaming. And I stope streaming every day that I stream because I have to stope. You know?
Attack commences in 30 seconds.
Yep. How's Zen pressing the button with his iris?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You know? Okay, I'm on the roof. Oh no, I fell off the roof. So tomorrow may end up being the final Zarya stream. I don't know yet. Depends how much Zarya time I get to stay in tomorrow. Oh no. I mean, I don't know how League of Legends works, so I don't know
Practice makes perfect.
what to highlight really. But you have a free range of movement in Ocean Storm. You can go anywhere you want. One thing I did sometimes is I'd try to just attack the base on my own in like one particular place. Just try to sneak around and go in the side, you know?
The payload has come to a halt. Get it moving.
Yeah, but for someone like me, Max, I'm not gonna rage, so... Because I won't care enough to rage, because I never do, about anything. Oh dear.
Enemy turret ahead. We need to get the payload moving.
Ban away the toxic. Can't you just turn comms off? Like you can in Overwatch?
Ready for battle.
Just turn it all off. You can? Okay, good. Yeah, I don't need that toxicity in my life.
My will is unbroken.
Ugh.
Turret ahead.
And if the matchmaking does its job, then everyone's going to be as bad as each other. So it doesn't even make any sense to be toxic, because you're just as bad as the person you're being toxic to, really. So... no matter what it is, there are people that take it too seriously. That goes for everything. Everything.
This will help. It's only a game.
30 seconds.
Oh no! Rude.
10 seconds remaining.
I remember at one point when I was making regular posts on Reddit about my journey, someone asked me something along the lines of,
Play of the game.
what's one thing you've learned about the game in your 100 hours of every hero or something like that? I think it was on my 100 hours of every hero post. And I said, some people take this game way too seriously. And they like that response. Because it's true. You can FF games. What's that? Okay. See you later, Max. Forfeit games. Okay. So if you know you're losing, you can just declare a loss. And then it's over. What, an annual checkup for your car? Does it work the same way in the US, or in which case it's like a legal requirement to get yearly checks on your car? I'm not Clapsy. Closest I'll be is Amsterdam in May. You know that. Three. There's a number 3 on the lid of this bottle. I don't know why. Just a number 3. Any of the other components have little numbers on them for no reason? Oh, that's a 5. Yeah, there's a number 5 on the bottom of my lid. Now, there's plenty of numbers on the actual bottle part, but that's for the measurements right down the side. I don't know whether it has another number. Maybe they're little part numbers. Don't know. 0.7 litres this is. Don't know. There's a number 5 on that part as well. There's 2 number 5s. How strange. It's learning curve, not learning curb.
Now traveling to Petra.
I don't know Clapsy, but I'm not. So.
Our world is amazing.
Our world is amazing.
Where's the fun in playing fair? Where's the fun in playing? I'd like to say it was not.
I suppose learning curb is if it's steep but short, right? So there's a lot of information straight away, but as soon as you learn that, it's done. That would be a learning curb, right?
Where's the fun in playing fair?
Mm-mm.
Where's the fun in playing?
Where's the fun in boop?
Where's the fun in playing? We're easily in. Be right back. Translocating. Where's the fun in playing fair? 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 Where's the fun in playing? Where's the fun?
Where's the boop?
Where's the fun in playing fair?
Ah, why you do this? I was dancing.
Where's the fun in playing fair?
I thought you were saying all the types of fairies. I was like, what? Fairies?
Where's the fun in playing? Be right back.
Didn't it?
Later. I'm out of here. Where's the fun in playing? Hey, where's the fun in playing? Where's the fun in playing fair? You're easily in. Where's the fun in playing?
Boop.
Where's the fun in playing? I'd like to say it was nice.
Ah, how rude. Why did May deserve to die?
Don't know what. I'd like to say it was
That was not cool. Oh, hold on, I'll do it here. They'll never find me here.
I might need this later. Translocating. See you later. Where's the fun in playing fair? I'd like to say it was not. I'd like to say it was not. Where's the fun in playing?
I think my collision hitbox moves as I move, so Sombra goes up and down.
Looking for me. ¿Qué onda? Hola.
Nice. Protect the May.
Hey, hola. Where's the fun in playing?
Where's the boop? Oh.
Now arriving at Ilios. Prepare for battle. Select your
Right. Looking forward to getting Zarya finished. Only 11 hours left. Because then it'll be only one hero remaining. No, it's not going to work like that, Clapsy, because, you know, queue times eat into that beginning of match, end of match stuff.
Together.
It wouldn't be 11 hours to finish it. It would be more like 16 hours. And I do work tomorrow, so I need sleep. And by the time I'm done, I'd be needing to start to get ready for work, so I wouldn't get any sleep. That's not okay. I need sleep.
2, 1. Round 1. Capture the objective.
Justice delivered. Justice
You want a
delivered.
bandage for that?
That's the wrong yaw,
Justice delivered.
and I'm not Jesus. Oh no! Why'd you put a space after the apostrophe? It doesn't need a space.
Perseverance is the key.
And then you missed the apostrophe on don't as well. What a mess.
Walk it off.
The Ice Queen burnt to death. You put a space after the apostrophe too.
Your best shot.
Well, Roos. And then you wrote my name with lowercase d. That's even ruder.
I have spotted the enemy.
This fight is not over.
Dun, 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 dun. From the us, yeah. Well, we can't know that for sure, Malsha. You don't know how many lurkers are from the us as well. No, you're not, Walrus. You're from the uck. That's what Streamlabs says. Do you mean Stream Elements? No. Stream Elements, right.
Here it comes.
Nanoboost is ready to deploy.
It's not exactly the most popular time to stream for the people in us. Ussa.
Nanoboost is ready to deploy.
Nanoboost administered.
Usa. Usa. Yeah, once I move to USA, I'll be streaming later. That will be better for USA times.
Best round lost.
I don't know exactly what stream hours I'll be doing at that point. It entirely depends on Rosie's schedule. And what that's gonna look like at the time.
I could have used a little more time to get ready.
And my day off may change to better coordinate with her schedule too, so we shall see. No, it'll be this year. We're gonna try and see if we can file this week, and then 6, 7, 8, 9 months maybe at the most will be sorted to the point where I can move. So, yeah. Should be this year. By the end of the year, I'll be in the USA. Well, that's a case of financial... it's a financial consideration. Right. Once we can support more financial burdens, we'll consider taking on more financial burdens, right? I don't know yet, Clapsy. As I said, that depends on Rosie's schedule. Because I won't want to overlap too much of our time that we have available. Because it's better for both of us if we work around the same time, right? But I don't want to, at the same time, stream too much during normal work hours either, so I'll have to find a good balance.
Justice delivered.
With any luck, if things go well this year, she won't have school stuff to pay off. Because that will all vanish like a fart in the wind, which is nice. As will everyone else's. So the best thing to do, in my opinion, at the moment, the way things are looking, is for everyone that has student loan debt to pay as low amounts as possible. Pay the least amount off as possible. Save as much of that as you can, because that's all going to get cancelled and then you don't have to pay any of it off. So you're essentially wasting money if you try to pay it off faster, because they're not going to reimburse that money, because that would be silly. They'll just cancel out any outstanding debts. Any outstanding student debt, any outstanding medical debt is all going to get wiped out. So just pay the minimum. Some people do the financial responsible thing and try to pay it off as fast as they are able to. And that, in most circumstances, that is the best course of action. However, in the situation that we are headed towards, student debt and medical debt are likely to be wiped out if Bernie ends up being president. So doing that, doing the most financial responsible thing, is in effect just wasting money, because the government is going to pay any outstanding debt. So you're better off in that scenario just paying the minimum. There are usually interest-only plans available for that sort of thing, and that's usually the lowest amount you can do. So your family is moving, Clepsy? Oh! Rude. It may seem a little reckless, changing financial, responsibility habits this early when we don't know for sure what's going to happen, but essentially the earlier you start saving money, the more money you have, right? And usually for these things, medical debt, student debt, changing plans is fairly easy and can be done whenever you want, so might as well make the most of it. Because I'm not centered properly. I was sitting in a strange way. There is a very good chance that Bernie could win every single state in the primary. Every single state. He's already won the first two by popular vote.
1-1.
So he could just steamroll all the way through, win every single state. Currently, the projections are... he's projected to win every state at the moment. I had a look through it. And every single one he's projected to win. And he'll end up with a majority of approximately 700 delegates above the second highest, which is around about 600. So he'll end up with about 1,500 delegates. Second highest will end up with about 600. That's 900 difference. No, sorry, 800, not 600. It'll be 1,600 and then 800. About 800. Higher, 800. So he'll win by a large margin. If that projection holds. It's possible he'll outperform those projections. Do even better. At the moment, there's about a 1 in 3 chance that he'll win over half the delegates, in which case he automatically wins the nomination. If he can't get that far, there'll be a second ballot, which super delegates get to vote, and they're worth about 800 delegates. Which means if the Democratic Party really wanted to, they could give the win to someone else who had enough delegates to push them over the halfway mark. Which would be essentially robbing the US population of democracy in general. Stealing the election away from Bernie. It's possible. But if Bernie gets more than half, they can't do that. And if he gets more than 832, I think, delegates more than the next person, they can't do that. But usually both of those scenarios are pretty close together.
My ultimate is almost ready.
So if he's going to have enough not to be stolen, then he's usually got enough to have 50% or more anyway. So. I don't think the Democratic Party are corrupt enough to steal the election from Bernie, though. There's a lot of doomsaying about that, but I really don't think they're dumb enough to do that.
I'm taking the objective. You know you want some.
Pete is not a good choice. He's really not. He will say and do anything to be elected and doesn't actually care. All he wants to be is president. He doesn't really care for the actual job. He doesn't care for making people's lives better. Bernie's the only one that actually does want the job to make people's lives better, in my opinion. Maybe Amy wants to make people's lives better, but she's actually, I'd say Amy and Bernie are the only ones that are fairly honest in who they are and what they want. Amy's very much a moderate, and Bernie's very much progressive in American terms. For the rest of the world, Bernie's actually a centrist. But in terms of American politics, he's a leftist.
Get into position.
What's this you sent me?
This fight is not over.
My ultimate district.
I mean, Bernie's record is extensive and consistent. Hey, that's not too bad.
My
Well,
ultimate
sure.
is fully charged. Get in there.
If you can actually, you know, get it. Pay isn't that bad. Bernie has a very good chance. Very good chance of winning. 538 puts his chances of winning a plurality above 50% and a majority around 1 in 3. So that's a very good chance. To put that in perspective, I think Biden has a 1 in 5 chance of winning. Just winning. So he's got a much better chance. I think Biden is... In reality, I think Biden has got a chance anymore. He's lost far too much ground. If Bloomberg ever goes on stage for a debate, he's done. Because he'll be exposed for the fraud and racist he is. Buttigieg hasn't got a chance. He's got zero support of black voters. He's got a horrible history. Amy is too much of a moderate to excite people enough to actually vote for her across the whole country. Warren's support has been fading fast and will continue to do so. So I think Bernie's the only actual one that has any chance whatsoever. Not only that, but he's the best candidate to beat Trump in many polls. So I think when you actually look at it, he's the only one that actually has a chance of legitimately winning. Not only just winning, but winning by a huge amount. He can win all 50 states. And that's going to send a strong message to anyone who ever doubted that he could be elected. Just imagine. Imagine for a moment Bernie versus Trump in a debate. I wanted to see that in 2016 because I recognized that that would be incredibly entertaining at the very least, right? And we've actually got a chance of it actually happening this time. Because we haven't got someone that's just pretending to say the right things and do the right things in order to get elected. While actually being a horrible candidate, which was Hillary Clinton. People have a very short memory. They forget that a moderate candidate has no chance against Trump. And they're trying to do it again. That's not going to work. Well, I think the Democratic convention for selecting the candidate based on the voting is in July, and then the general election is in November. So between July and November, we'll have a few debates, at least, between Bernie and Trump. So it'll be incredibly entertaining. You got to go. Okay, bye. He's going to the vet later. Okay. Okay, good. Zarya.
Select your hero.
Oh. Is that the receptionist job? Or whatever it was.
Together, we are strong.
You were once an edge.
I guess they liked you enough to see you again. Sounds promising. What's the compensation like for that one?
We all have our jobs to do.
Do you know the details of that?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attack commencing.
Hourly pay. Is it hourly or salary? Do you know how much? And would they need to supply a booster suit?
I am taking the objective. Reinforce this position.
She is short. She's only 5'1", I think, right? 5'1". No, my mum's 4'11".
I am still in the fight.
She's shorter. Hello, Moira. Would you say you have the necessary skills to do the job, Malsha?
No one can hide from the huntress.
Or at least have the ability to catch up on anything you don't.
You must learn
How long do you think you'd need? Roughly.
Who's with me?
Objective A captured. Spot
Barriers on. Go. Escorting the payload.
A bit. A bit. Two or 3 months. Are these questions you've been asked already? Or have they yet to ask you them? Yeah, they have. So they are aware of your inexperience and they asked you back. It's possible they're hiring more on personality than they are on credentials, which is the right approach in my opinion. For someone front-facing like that, you want the right kind of personality. Skills can be learned, personality cannot.
Век живи, век учись.
The payload must be moved to its destination.
Some jobs don't require a certain personality. Some do. For front-facing jobs like a receptionist, right? A good personality is important because you're the one interacting with guests and possible clients and customers and stuff like that, right? But if you're in the back end doing all the back end stuff, no one's gonna see you apart from the staff, so it doesn't really matter as much.
Ultimate is charging.
This fight is not over.
This fight is yes.
The payload must be moved.
Greetings. I've got a Tobelstein. Are you ready to go to it? My ultimate is Tobelstein. Punch until dead. Perfect. Dun, 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 dun. Didn't expect that Mara to die in one punch, but I had some help.
The payload has reached the target.
This fight is not over.
Bad guys.
What conflicts with your work schedule? The stream? Second entry. So you're just pull in to work and say, hey, I can't work that day, tomorrow. Got an interview. Or something else. I mean, the state of your current job, they're gonna be expecting you to be applying to other places, right? They know what's going on.
Give me another shot.
Okay, cool, yeah. So they've already factored that in, so once they let you let them know it's fine, I guess. Cool. Because you know you get various types of bosses. Some would be like, yeah, I don't care, you're scheduled, you work. Others are much more reasonable, so yeah. There are only 7 people working on it now.
I am healed.
So, how many were working there before all this started happening?
From the hunter.
Wow, okay. So it's really cleared out then. Damn. Is there much of a job left itself?
60 seconds.
Oh. So what are you actually doing for your job? Oh no. Are you just trying to sell anything remaining? All the remaining stock, basically?
Thank you. Thank you,
Just to squeeze as much money as you can out of it.
30 seconds remaining.
Makes perfect.
We're running
Yeah.
out of time. Everyone.
Clearance sale, right? Closing down sale. Sell everything. Liquidate everything. Will you stay till the end and then move on, or will you just move on as soon as you can?
Play of the
Well, it's to stay to the end, yeah. That's the, you know, that's the respectable way of doing it, right? You've worked for them for a while. You know these people. I'd do the same. I'd stay till the end just out of respect. Do you know when the end is, or is it undefined? Oh. There we go. Perfect. I have returned. Yeah, so if I do start streaming late, I might stick with the same time I'm doing now, which is 2 till 8, but it'll be EST 2 till 8 instead of GMT 2 till 8, so that might work a little better. Or alternatively, it might be a different time. It might be a little earlier, might be a little later. It's probably better to be a little later for audience-wise. But yeah, it's whatever works out best for my schedule. Is Clapsy present? What's extra? Okay. Just the two of us. Just the two of us.
Arriving at Chateau Gia.
I wouldn't say so, really. I think to a certain extent, yes, but only because of Overwatch 2, I think. Because Overwatch 2 is promising something better, something more interesting, something more appealing to me. And it's made Overwatch 1 look less good in comparison, right?
Everything can be hacked. And everyone. ¿Qué onda? Boop. Me agarraste en curva.
Because, let's face it, if someone came to you and said, hey, you know your car? I'm going to give you a better car in 6 months.
Personne n'échappe à mon regard.
You'd be sitting there with your current car thinking, oh, this car is real bad. Look at all these things that are bad about it. Because, you know, I know all these things will be better. So you end up enjoying your own car less because you know you're going to get something better later on, right?
Hey.
Hello. Yo.
Hora de empezar de nuevo. Hi. Hola.
Because Overwatch 2 is just purely an upgrade. And I want it sooner rather than later, you know? I know. Head keeps falling off when it drops. Pew. I mean, part of the variety thing is not just the fact that I want to complete my main quest, but also an attempt to keep Overwatch 1 going for longer, right? I don't want to... play it to the point where I'm so looking forward to Overwatch 2, it kind of spoils the fun for me. You know? Because I reckon it could get to that point if the delay is too long. The snowman melted same day. Oh. We haven't had any snow here yet. Probably won't get any. But I mean, playing Mystery Heroes is going to help as well, because I like that game mode. I just want to extend Overwatch's one's life for me for as long as I can until Overwatch 2 gets here. But I don't want to abandon it entirely. Hello. You want to pre-order it? Pre-orders may eventually open once the closed beta arrives, perhaps, maybe. I could see them opening them up at that point. Once they have a more clear idea of when they can release it. Usually that's when they do it. When they have an idea of when they're going to release it, they'll put pre-orders open, because then they can promise it at or before a certain date.
Traveling to Volskaya Industries. Prepare your defenses.
So once they've reached that certain point in the development life cycle, which is usually around beta, that's the point. Beta is usually considered the point where it's feature complete, where they've completed all the features they want to complete, and then they're just doing heavy polishing, and then open beta would be light polishing, and then release once all the polishing has been done, right? Returned from class for about an hour. Okay.
Together we are strong. I've got to carry. Last minute check. Everyone's squared away.
So it's hard to know exactly where they are with the development cycle right now, because they've said very little about where they are at the moment.
We must protect what she has built.
Very little indeed. We don't even know if the friends and family alpha is a thing yet, because they'll usually do that first. Super early testing, they'll open up to friends and family. And then after that, they'll open up a closed beta for a select people, and maybe do waves of invites for people who've opted into it. And that can last anywhere from 6 months to a year. And then after that, open beta, and then release shortly after that. That's how they did it with Overwatch. You are family of a Blizzard employee, yes. Now your cousin, is it your cousin? That they are most certainly under a non-disclosure agreement, which means they legally are not allowed to tell anyone who is not authorized to know about the development of Overwatch 2, the specifics of it. People know of its existence, they just don't know exactly how developed it is and what kind of time frame they're looking at. And that kind of stuff will be closed doors, right? Information. It's unlikely you'd be able to find that information out from your relative
My will is unbroken.
I mean, it's likely that if you ask them if they're allowed to tell you that stuff, they'd be able to respond to that question, but no further probing questions, right? So if you ask them, are you allowed to tell me anything about the timeline for the release of Overwatch 2? And then if they are allowed to tell you, they might tell you something, and then if they're not, they'll just decline. Right, they'll say no. I think that's fair. That's not a breach of NDA to answer that kind of question.
Valeu.
Have a total steam. Oh no! May is not deleted. They wouldn't go to the effort of redesigning her look if they were going to delete her.
Surrender to my will. I will never surrender.
Well, next month is March. I have a good feeling about March for some reason. March. It is when I finish my quick play quest. So there's that, at least. We know that for sure. Ah, another Max Diamond portrait. Border. Thing. All right. Da 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 bum 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 bum.
Welcome to
Hollywood.
Control established.
What's happening? Oh, a rude dude is happening. Oh, Elon has gone ahead and littered Earth's orbit with more satellites. Okay. More internet-based satellites. Starlink. 60 of them this time. Oh, we're synced up. Not perfectly, but pretty close. No, why'd you ruin it? I think the game might actually try to sync. Yeah, it's slightly out of sync now. There's a difference. I'm slightly ahead. No one took the lead. Well, the leaders left, so now it's ordered by an arbitrary order, I guess. I was going to say it'd be ordered by level, but it's clearly not. We've got another max border here. Who likes Mercy, apparently.
Lead lost.
It's an open profile as well. Damn! 29,820 healing in a quick play game. That's significant. That's a lot. They're masters in support. They have reached GM as well. Right? Is that GM? No, GM is 4K, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Slow progression.
Welcome to Ace.
Did you look it up, did you?
Select your hero.
Boom, 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 boom. So when's your car going to the doctor, Mulsha?
Together we are strong.
A moment to enjoy some peace and quiet. Probably not tomorrow.
Bum, bum, bum. Bum.
Привет.
Привет.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 1. Capture the objective.
Greetings.
Greetings. So does it have to be done today or just soon? So it doesn't have to be done today then if you don't want it to be. Yeah? As in, yeah, it doesn't have to, or yeah, it does. You don't drive very much. Yes. How far would this secretary job be from you? Let the dragon eat your face. Goodbye. And they say, and they say, and they say, and they say.
Just like in training.
Form up. Join me.
And how much is that? Same street. Oh, that's handy. Was that deliberate? Did you just go down that street looking for jobs?
My will is unbroken.
Heroes never die for a price.
Oh, it's Hepcat. Oh, yeah. About the same in a different direction. How big is that airport? Can't imagine it's huge, right? Just a fairly local airport. Smallest one you've ever been to. I think the smallest airport I've ever been to had a total of 2 gates. 2. And they were right next to each other. There was just a wall in between them. Partial wall. You could essentially walk across the entire terminal in about 30 seconds. What was that? I'm not sure exactly which airport that was. Might be in Odessa. Might be in Odessa.
First round, 1.
Hello.
Score 1-0.
I don't need this tip.
There's nothing I can stick together. We will.
It is time to act.
Yeah, it might have been.
Hello there.
Would you like to know the specials?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 2. Capture the objective.
Yeah, it might have been. I'm not sure. Hard to tell. Oh yeah, 60,000 at level. Not quite 60,000 there, Junie. Not quite. Not quite. Ah! Got a little bit squished there, Mercy. Yeah. Oh, and get a bit less. You can't get much less than that, though.
A temporary setback. Ready for battle.
Ooh.
Nano boost is charging.
Без труда, не видишь. It's only a game. Why do you have to be
Wait. Wait. Oh. Ah, so scary maximum. Why you have to be so scary maximum? Yeah. Okay, good.
I am taking the objective. This is not
I took a taxi to the point. Why did the song end? Because it didn't continue.
everyone on the objective.
Makes sense? Don't punch me like that, you punchy boy.
I claim this objective.
Punch, man.
I am taking the
Power punch.
ready for battle.
Fast fist.
A speedy
Ah, hello, Marshall.
What's that get him?
Yeah. Subscribers will gain an extra 2 levels every 10 minutes. So difference between someone who's level 1,000 and not a sub, and someone who's level 1,000 and is a sub, is the person who is level 1,000 and not a sub can gain up to 4 per 10 minutes, and the person who's a level 1,000 and is a sub can gain up to 6 per 10 minutes.
I will never surrender.
It's not too bad.
Get ready. They're coming back.
You wouldn't be Walrus, no. No. They are already subbed, so what's the problem? Molsha has been here a long time. You have been here nowhere near as much, Walrus.
Just like in training.
I know. I know. Even so.
1-1.
Even so.
Let's gather some valuable data from this mission.
Valuable data.
Hey there.
Greetings.
Ahlan.
I'll cast a spell on you.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 3. Capture the objective.
Form up here.
Greetings. When are you not mad, Walrus?
Is that all we've got?
You might be right, Maxim. I don't know when you originally followed, because for some reason your follow time keeps resetting.
The objective is now.
I will never surrender.
How rude. You might be able to look through your own chat history using the mod tools. Find when it started. Yes, Marshall, yes.
Practice makes perfect.
Walk it off.
Der Kampf ist noch nicht vorbei.
Enemies surviving.
Da-da-da-dum. That sounds about right, Maximum, although it's hard for me to remember that kind of thing.
Perseverance is the key.
No, I haven't really been keeping track. You right, Mercy? No? Okay. Good. No, I don't, Walrus. Ouch. Maximum likes for some reason to unfollow and refollow arbitrarily whenever he likes. Just for the lols. Well, I got 2 gold medals with a trash performance, so that'll do.
Play of
Oh dear. Do you remember what hero I was playing when you joined, Max? That's one way of finding out exactly when. What hero was I playing at the time? Because then I can nail it down to approximately a few week window. Was I playing Moira? So that would... Was I doing Moira in quick play or Moira in arcade? So it was probably October, and then that would have been October 2017, yeah. And then Moira would have been November or January time. So I would have done quick play first, and then arcade, and then more quick play. That's probably how I would have done it. I don't remember exactly now. Because I would have had to catch Moira up with 100 hours, then get my arcade time in, because at that point I was finishing up arcade, I believe. And I got Doomfist finished with arcade in January, I think. Or was I doing more Doomfist and quick play? I don't remember. That's a renamed account. It seems. How many credits do I have? Hold on, I'll increase that number. There we go. 886,910. So I'm almost 8888 something. I can't get all 8s, but I can get close. If I get 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 5, that's pretty close. Because that's only 3 away, and 5 looks similar to 8. Just slightly different. Right. How to have so many credits? I'm over level 10,000. That's how. And the last time I spent credits was Anniversary 2017. Is that better? Why not just save my loot boxes for 1,000 opening? Because I don't wanna. I like opening them. Hi Triggered, I'm Dave. That would take hours. Yeah, maybe even days. Wow. Roblox. What's this?
Welcome to the Ilios Lighthouse.
Everything. The healing over.
This isn't Roblox. This is the quest thing. Oh, I need to kill the Lucio.
Gotcha.
Meow. Yeah. Guess I need to get another quest, eh? Yep, rip Lucio. Oh, need to kill the Genji. You know, I should probably put my translocator at the quest place. Aw, man. Oh no.
Hora de empezar de nuevo.
Ba 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 ba.
Need this later.
Is he just killing people because he wants to kill people, or is he actually got a quest to kill people? Oh no. Da-na-na-na-na.
Here I am.
Aww. Aww. I keep losing gold. Can I get gold while stealthed? I can. Okay. Neat. Can gonna bank gold.
Hey, dude.
Personne n'échappe à mon regard.
Group up with me.
Okay, stats. No.
Traveling to Hanamura. Prepare your defenses.
Okay.
Select your hero.
Hey, G. Invite you? I
Wrestle with
suppose
Jeff.
so.
Prepare for death.
Together, we are strong.
Strong. We are strong.
All right. Game face on.
Level up.
Level up.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
All systems operational. Diva, ready for combat.
What was Moshe's first message? Do you still have it up? Was it high or something? Uninteresting.
3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Hello. Yay, finally caught a stream. Nice. I think that was the point. I was doing 9-hour streams 7 days a week. Ooh. I wonder if there's a browser extension or add-on or something that makes that easier. Oh. Punch. Nice. Flippity! 6th of November, 2017. And when was her first message? Oh no. Oh, thank you. Oh, so you're saying her first message was the 6th of November. Lucio was January 2017.
No one can hide from lightning sight. I understand.
60 seconds remaining.
Ooh. Oh, rip.
Give me another shot.
because Lucio was very early on. That was like my second week of streaming. And I just hit in gold border at that point. Curiosity, I suppose.
Personne n'échappe à mon regard.
Objective.
Hello.
This fight is not over.
I've got a tiny bit of water left. That'll do. Yeah. Gotta get all the water. The water.
My servants never die.
I know you can do better.
I do you can do better than that. What happened to hydrate pot? It died. Apparently it's still in my channel, but it just doesn't do anything. According to the channel anyway, it's never in chat, but apparently it's still assigned to my channel. So I guess it just never turned on.
Get in there.
Oh.
Personne n'échappe à mon regard.
A temporary setback.
I'm back in the fight.
Ready for
Stay out of my way.
I will never see.
Waggy waggy.
Огонь по готовности.
No, my sucky suck went to waste.
60 seconds remaining.
Just like in training.
Yeah, the sucky suck. 10k hours. 9,159. My chatbot is taking a while to load. Leader, please. Thank you. Were we in a game or were we queuing? I don't remember. Yeah, it froze again. It does that sometimes. Dumb silly cookie. What? Oh, I can find out. I just go to replays. Yeah, we lost. Okay. Well, at least the crashes are happening in between games. I appreciate that when that happens. It tends to happen more than not. Most of the crashes I experience are between games. I don't know whether that's a quinky dink or not. Oh, I need to turn the volume up. Voice head. Why would I join voice chat? Why would I do that? It's a place where you chat with your voice, I think. I mean, that would make a certain amount of sense, right?
Hello, hello.
Greetings.
Hanging there, hanging there, hanging there, hanging there. Amazing. Hanging there, hanging there.
That's how you get tonight. That's how you get
Hanging
tonight.
there, hanging there, hanging there, hanging there, hanging there. Hanging there, hanging
That's
there,
how you get
hanging
tonight.
there, hanging there, hanging there.
Why are you so angry?
Hanging there, hanging there, hanging there,
Why are
hanging
you so
there,
angry?
Are you
hanging there,
putting lanterns through the wall?
hanging there, hanging there, hanging there, hanging there. Coming up.
Hanging there. Oh, I need to do my captions.
Hanging there, hanging there, hanging there, hanging there.
Moist.
Échappe à mon regard.
Captions. There we go.
Hanging there, hanging there. Group up with me. Hanging there, hanging there, hanging there. Hanging there, hanging there, hanging there, hanging there, hanging there, hanging there, hanging there.
Pointless.
Hanging there. Hanging there, hanging there, hanging there, hanging there, hanging there, hanging there. Hanging there, hanging there, hanging there, hanging there, hanging there, hanging there.
Yes.
Hanging there, hanging there, hanging there. Hanging there, hanging there, hanging there, hanging there.
Ding ding there.
Hanging there, hanging there, hanging there, hanging there, hanging there.
Into the dojo.
To the dojo. No. How rude.
Group up. Hanging there, hanging there, hanging there, hanging there, hanging there.
Hanging there.
Hanging there,
Hanging there.
hanging there, hanging there, hanging there, hanging there, hanging there,
Hanging there.
hanging there,
Hanging there.
hanging there, hanging there, hanging there,
Greetings.
hanging there, hanging there, hanging there, hanging there,
Why are you so angry? Why are you so angry?
hanging there, hanging there, hanging there, hanging there, hanging there.
7th of January 2018.
Hanging there, hanging there, hanging there, hanging
Yeah, that lines up with what you said.
Hanging there, hanging there, hanging there, hanging there, hanging there, hanging there.
Yes.
Hanging there, hanging there, hanging there, hanging there, hanging there.
What was your first message, Maximum?
Hanging there, hanging there, hanging there, hanging there, hanging there. Hanging there, hanging there, hanging there, hanging there, hanging there. Hanging there, hanging there.
Highly skilled friend, lol.
Hanging there, hanging there.
Did you mean that ironically or unironically?
Hanging there, hanging there. Hi. Hanging there.
Hmm.
Hanging there, hanging there, hanging there, hanging there. Hanging there, hanging there, hanging there.
Game, please, right now. Jeff, come on. Sort it out. No, handing there.
Hanging there. This fight is not over. Hanging there. 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 Hanging there.
Hanging there. Hanging there.
Hanging there, 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 hanging there,
Handing there. Hanging there.
hanging there, hanging there, hanging there, hanging there,
I'll show you my profile in a sec.
hanging there, hanging there, hanging there, hanging there, hanging there, hanging there, hanging there.
Toxic.
Welcome to Rialtos. Prepare your defenses. Select your hero.
So only 11 hours left on Zarya, and then some more on Diva. 147. Yes. So that's 158 overall in the whole thing.
Together, we are strong.
Yeah, indeed.
Just like in training. Visualize, then execute.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Double, triple, quadruple check your mind.
The true struggle is for the superiority of ideas.
Oh, goodbye. Boop. Rude. Well, you say just come out, but in January she'd already been out like a month and a half. Well, maybe a little less than that, but not by much.
I will never see. It's only a game. Why do you have to be mad?
Why do you have to be mad?
Ready for battle.
Yeah, it doesn't always continue the stream properly, even though it doesn't break it. Right? If I get back online fast enough, I can continue the same stream. Because I've opted into that option. Because I know crashes occur and I can restart fast enough. So I figured it was a good idea. Saves me having to stitch streams together in order to upload in one chunk.
Hello there.
Because I don't like to upload in several chunks, because it's kind of annoying. In people's sub feeds, they get multiple videos of the same stream, which is bad.
No one can hide from my sight.
Oh no. Someone sent you a friend request.
It's only a game. Why do you have to be mad?
There is a slight bleed effect from me. I've been told where some people will get friend requests just because they're in a group with me, right? There's occasionally it might happen with Twitch.
Heroes never die.
I've only got one emote that doesn't just continue until I cancel it. Well, 1.5. Mystery gift is only continuous in one instance of it. There are 3 different instances. Varieties. Hi, Jessix. No. Don't be slappy. Don't be so slappy, monkey. Slappy monkey. Oh. What a slappy monkey.
Just like in training.
Personne n'échappe à mon regard.
It might be possible to find that stream on YouTube and see if your memory serves you correctly. You might be surprised at the results. Because your memory might be serving you correctly, or it might be lying to you. It's a good thing about having proof. You can figure it out.
Helden sterben nicht.
I'm about to think of improving the game. Depends on the hero and how long it's been since I played that hero. What skills you're talking about in general. I wouldn't say I've improved nearly as much as I could have if I'd actually tried to improve, right? I still reckon I'd be fairly average overall. You still hate your voice. I don't think I've ever hated my own voice. I think that the most negatively I've thought about my own voice is that sounds a bit weird, but that's about it.
No one can hide from my sight.
Get off the stage. Get off the stage. Get off the stage.
Someone wham the colbulance.
Allow me to repair the damage.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how much
the stage. Get off the stage. Get off the stage.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you need healing? Yes.
Surrender to my will.
I mean, a lot of the time I'm not really trying hard enough to actually care what happens. Right? It's just like I'm playing just to play because it's enjoyable to do, rather than playing to play to win, right? Or playing to get good. Because winning doesn't really matter. When you've played as many matches as I have, they all blend together in the grand scheme of things. I've played probably at least 70,000 matches, so doesn't really matter.
Surrender to my will.
Costa Rica. You're right, Marsha, you're right. Yeah. I don't know, G. Currently, I don't know of a path to victory. There could be a way I could maybe perhaps negotiate some way of possibly changing my restrictions that are currently exist for my empire, and then by doing that, I don't know how long it would take, but by doing that I could then move towards a strategy that could work out for me. I know that's a very roundabout way of answering it, but it makes sense. So what I could do essentially is change my government type so I can attack other people and then just murder the galaxy enough to win. So I might possibly be able to do that. I don't know of any other more expedient method at the moment. Oh, you mean the this one? Yeah, I suppose that is mostly yellow, isn't it? It's got a lot of yellow on it. You want to switch to tank? I suppose that could be arranged. What? Spray, spray, spray. Player icon. Okay. What if Zenyatta... These are not Zenyatta's eyes. What if these are Zenyatta's eyes and these are just two nostrils? Think about it. What if these are just nostrils and these are his eyes? Really wide nose. Alright, see you in a bit, Max. You know? I mean, skins like this would seem to make that a bad idea, right? Because, you know, you got the eyes and then the lights above are covered. Same with this one, right? A lot of them are like that. Are we gonna find a game soon? Are we gonna find a game soon? Are we gonna find a game soon?
Arriving at Chateau Gia.
Our world is worth fighting for.
Hello.
Amazing. You're up. Hanging there. 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 Hanging there.
Hanging there.
Hanging there. Hanging there. Hanging there. Hanging there. Hanging there. Hanging there. Hanging there. Hanging there. Hanging there. Hanging there.
La 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 la.
Hanging there.
Mess with the best and die like the rest.
Hanging there.
Mess with the best and die like the rest.
Hanging there. Hanging there. Hanging there.
Mess with the best.
Hanging there. All right.
Welcome to Blizzard World. Prepare your defenses.
Finger guns. Your care taken care of. Uh-huh.
Together, we are strong.
I've got fairly chunky fingers
After you
that
have
aren't as precise as I'd like them to be.
Hey.
I like how there's 3 models here. 2 of them are Terran, 1 is Zerg, none of them are Protoss, and yet the boxes are Protoss themed. It's very rude.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
So you remembered correctly, maximum?
Is that which lies?
That's what you're saying. Nice. I mean, here's the thing. Every time you remember something, you're remembering the last time you remembered it. So your brain is recreating it from the memory of the memory. Of the memory of the memory of the memory. So you slowly, over time, get copying errors. And they accumulate over time to be more and more and more gross. Until you get to the point where you've got a memory that's just based off complete fabrication. That isn't true in the slightest. It can end up that way. It depends how vague the memory is from the beginning. And how much room there is to fill in the gaps. if you swap hero, it will update immediately. If you don't, it will update periodically. I'm not sure exactly what the rule is these days, but if you switch, it will immediately update. Which is pretty handy.
Objective lost. Stop the payload.
Of course, the accuracy of memory does vary, depending on who you are and how good your memory is, of course. Some people have extremely good memories to the point where they'll remember every event they've ever done and every day of their life. Those kind of people do exist, and they'll be able to tell you at any point. You name a day and they'll be able to tell you exactly what they were doing on that day, which is pretty insane. And then you go to the other end of the spectrum and you get people with super short-term memory that basically remember nothing about anything, which is unfortunate. Now that's usually as a result of brain injury. There may well be a rare condition that makes it impossible for people to form memories at all from birth. And that would be super unfortunate, to be born with that kind of disability. Now, it may be possible to learn skills with that kind of disability, but you'd never remember learning them. You'd just have them with no memory of how you got them. And you'd learn them over time, perhaps. Because physical muscle memory is different to actual event memory, right? So you can train muscle memory even with people with short-term memory loss, which is super interesting, actually. The brain is a weird thing. You sure I said anything at all, Maximum? I might not have said anything. I might just be imagining it. It is possible. One movie that I saw at one point, I might have seen it all the way to the end, I'm not sure, but it was a movie that had a character in it who had short-term memory loss, and the way they made it was that they played the movie backwards, scene by scene. So you as a viewer would experience their short-term memory loss, right? So every moment in the movie was the moment before the previous moment. I think it's called Memento, I believe. It's pretty interesting. I think, if I remember correctly, the plot of the movie is the guy is trying to find out who killed someone. I forget who exactly. He's trying to find the culprit of a murder. But because of his short-term memory loss, he has no idea who it was, so he has no idea who to trust. He doesn't know, because he's forgotten.
Век живи, век
Yeah,
учи.
there you go. Notes and tattoos, yeah. Pretty cool movie because it does something rather different.
You got what's coming to you.
I don't know of any other movies that have done that. Basically run the movie in reverse. Scene by scene.
Ultimate is almost ready.
That's a dead Anna. Nice ult there, Hanzo. It went so far and then vanished. I think they dragoned and then just left. Ah, that only sucked one. Oh, there we go. There's a second. How curious. It only sucks people outside of spawn. Okay, we pushed far enough ahead to win. Good.
Victory.
I'd recommend watching that movie if you haven't seen it.
Play of the game.
It's high tide.
Double.
Is it super scuffed? Oh, that's actually not too bad right now. You're constructing it nicely. A nice rainbow sliver. I saw that Blizzard are making a Diablo animated series for Netflix and an Overwatch animated series as well. Actually doing it, the mad lads. No word on when it'll actually come out though. The Diablo one will be anime style. So not like full CGI animation, but 2D animation, right? Don't know about the Overwatch one. Okay. Just over 10 hours left on Zarya. Nice. Walrus has vanished to go play some Dark Souls or something, I think he said. Yes. When does Goat Brig go off sale? Let's have a look. Be nice to know when we go back to regular main menus. Goat Brig. 19th. Okay. So 2 to 3 more days and then she be gone. So if you haven't got her skin yet and you want it, make sure you get it soon before it's gone. Hang in there.
Now traveling to Petra.
Hang in there.
You're up. Hanging there. Hanging there. Hanging there. Hanging there. Hanging there. Hanging there. Hanging there.
Does Overwatch ever get boring for me? Nah. I'm still enjoying it.
Hanging there. Hanging there.
I'm more excited for Overwatch 2 though.
Hanging there.
But no sign of that yet.
Hanging there. Hanging there. Hanging there.
Hanging there. Hanging there. Hanging there.
Amazing. Hanging there. Hanging there. Hanging there. Hanging there. Hanging there.
Hanging there. Hanging there.
Hanging there.
Hanging there.
Hanging there. Hanging there. Hanging there.
Let's see if we can find some information.
Hanging there.
Overwatch 2.
Hanging there. Hanging there. Amazing.
Friends.
Amazing.
Friends and family.
Hanging there. Hanging there. Hanging there. Hanging there.
It's 2015. No, Overwatch 2.
Hanging there. Hanging there.
Overwatch 2. Overwatch 2.
Now arriving at Lijiang.
Overwatch 2.
Select your hero.
When is Overwatch 2?
Together, we are strong.
What would our father think of what we've become, brother?
Well, someone found some leaks and got really stressed about it and wrote a post in the forums with only capital letters.
Round 1. Capture the objective.
Silly, silly Billy. Why do you have to be mad? Why do you have to be mad?
It's only a game. Why do you have to be mad?
Shut down.
It's only a game. Why do you have to be mad?
Shut down.
It's only a game. Why do you have to be mad?
Goodbye. Blew it. Mine. Hanging there. No, they're taking the point. The point. No.
See the dragon's eyes.
Oh no. Get him. Yeah. I didn't think he survived for that. Oh. It looked like Zany got squished against the wall and then ulted. But I didn't bubble Zany until after the squish, so I'm not sure what happened. Oh, really? No, I'm going to the Tovus. Apparently.
Give me another shot.
Apparently. With cameras, perhaps? Is that how they filmed it? With cameras? Yes.
Без труда не вытащишь и рыбку из пруда.
Greetings. Moira by your side.
I am claiming the objective.
Don't go back.
With cameras, though.
First round, 1.
Whee!
Score 1-0.
Much more talkative now, aren't you, Genji?
I find the company more agreeable these days.
I sense within you the same rage that once consumed your brother.
We are nothing alike.
That's a lie.
5,
A lie.
3, 2, 1. Round 2. Capture the objective.
See through the dragon's eyes.
Hold on. Hold on. Oh, yeah. Oh no!
The objective is now active.
Rude. You never watched that video?
I am not.
Did that video release while you were subscribed? Oh no.
I am thinking
Right, okay.
I am not a good loser.
You know, you reminded me, you sent me a video. Did you send me a video yesterday or someone else about driving a car with voice in GTA? Yeah? Reminds me of a game I played a while back. It was a super simplistic game, but it was basically a racing game where in order to control your car, you had to make engine noises into your microphone. And to go faster, you had to sound like you're changing gear, right?
Give me another shot.
It was super weird.
Must be ours.
It was good though. They'd also made one of a hot air balloon where you had to make blow into the mic to put more hot air into the balloon so it would go further. It was good. Super gimmicky, didn't really last long, but it's a nice, it's a fun little toy, basically. Da-na-na-na. Might have been made by the same guys that made stair dismount and truck dismount and all that kind of stuff.
Score 1-1.
I believe they made truck dismount into an actual Steam game recently, in the last few years, which I actually have.
An Omnic in my squad took his own life rather than be controlled by an AI.
A noble but tragic sacrifice. I hope that you will honor it.
Wow, haven't heard that one before. Greetings.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Aren't Omnics AI?
Capture the objective.
That implies that Omnics aren't AI, which doesn't make any sense.
I think. Therefore I am.
Because they're independent electronic beings. So they're an artificial intelligence. Is the difference between an Omnic and an AI the difference between AGI and ASI? Because that would make more sense if Omnics are general intelligence and AI are super intelligence. Yeah.
Век живи, век учись.
Well, that's a rather bad misspelling of Athena. But yeah, I suppose Athena would be a super intelligence. The god AI and Anubis would be a super intelligence. I don't know whether Athena would be a super intelligence or just a general intelligence.
Just like in training.
This will restore you.
Yeah, highly likely. Oh no.
It's only a game. Why do you have to be
Why do you have to be me? One question I have is there no central database that Omnics can connect to upload their consciousness and back themselves up? I'm guessing not. Because you can do that within Omnic super easily, right? Because they're digital in nature, so you can just make a copy. You can just have as many of the same Omnic as you want. And you can never truly destroy an Omnic because they can back themselves up, right? The Iris. So the Iris is actually a cloud service. And when their physical state is destroyed, they're just in the cloud. Right.
I am still in the fight.
Yeah. Good. So you could theoretically destroy the Iris by destroying the data centers that the Iris controls, right? The Iris data centers.
Play of the game.
I guess we will get more lore, Zenyatta lore at some point soon, right? Either through Overwatch 2 story campaign or otherwise. Sombra may want to infiltrate that kind of stuff, yeah, because that's really juicy stuff, right? Perhaps she might want to create her own AI subject. Take control of an AI to do her own bidding. Sombra is a she's a solo player that has chosen to align herself for now with Talon, right? Talon suits her goals the best right now. Seems so. That's who she's rolling around with for now. As we saw in her first short, right? She's just using them, essentially. Their goals align nicely with hers for now. But yeah, for Talon, she is useful for now. She helps them accomplish what they want to do. To a certain extent. So it's kind of a mutual tolerant relationship. From what I can work out. From what I can see. They tolerate each other. Because their cooperation is mutually beneficial.
Traveling to Dorado. Prepare your defenses. Select your hero.
Because in the Sombra short, I forget what it's called. But she could have killed Katia, Volskaya, quite easily. And gotten away with it. But she didn't see that as in her best interest.
Together we are strong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, the real threat, the
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
the main leverage she has on Katia is her secret relationship with the Omnics. Because Katia's public face is basically saying, yeah, Omnics are bad. They need to be stamped out. We need to do everything we can to fight against the Omnics. But behind the scenes, she's working with the Omnics to get the weapons she needs to oppose the Omnics. And that's something she doesn't want exposed. Because it would undermine what she's trying to accomplish. I don't know whether Sombra's threatening to kill her daughter.
Let's get you back in the fight.
And although the people closest to Katya may know what she's doing, the public in general do not. That's essentially what Sombra wants to do if it doesn't get her way. To expose it to publicly. So that would be the most damaging way of exposing her. I don't know if that's the intended takeaway from that encounter.
The battle continues.
But I suppose it could be interpreted that way. It's what Michael Chu said. Then that's probably what it means then.
Let's get you back out there.
Get in there.
That kind of social subtlety is lost on me.
My will is unbroken.
The payload has reached the checkpoint.
Ready for battle.
Yeah. He's a good writer. Oh. And for that kind of thing, it should be subtle because of the age rating of the game. If Sombra was more overt, more obvious, that would be a much darker, much more graphic encounter, and probably not suitable for the target audience.
I'm here.
Greetings.
So I suppose it works well in both ways, right? Both the subtlety is just good to have because it makes the encounter more meaningful, but also it works in terms of keeping it tame enough for the age rating that it exists in. I do wonder how dark the Overwatch 2 story will get. Because there's potential there. A lot of potential to go quite dark. While at the same time not breaching its age rating. You can do it in subtle ways. Suggestive ways. Okay, got him. You would like to go to sleep. Might be a good idea. Generally, sleep is a good idea. Oh, bit late there. Lucia. Hey, vanilla strawberry. Yes, tomorrow. Tomorrow.
My ultimate is ready.
Well, to be more precise, 10,648. I reached level 10,000 exactly on October 19th, so it's been a little while since then. Oh no!
Just like in training.
Do you mean minutes? Not hours?
They're on the ropes. Let's put them out of their
I understand.
Be a bit weird being level 18 and having 25 hours on ball. That would be a little puzzling on how you accomplish that. Hey Walrus. Only a little bit puzzling because it is possible to do. You just need to leave a lot of games. Not just for the XP penalty, but in order to get time without XP. Indeed, I did. And I'm currently pretty close to bumping that up for everyone to 250. 10 more hours on Zarya, and then only Diva remains to get to 250 on everyone. So, not too long to go. Next month, around mid-March, I should be done with Diva too. And that'll be everyone. Since they haven't released another hero since they released Sigma. Sigma's the newest hero and he's over 6 months old at this point.
This fight is not over.
60 seconds
My
remaining.
ultimate is ready.
60 seconds.
Acknowledged.
My right what? My right hand?
I am healed.
Yeah, Sigma came out in July. And it's now mid-February. So. Wait, did the stream die slightly? I haven't lost any frames. Level 4. So silver 4 stars, vanilla?
Winston reporting.
Moira by your side.
Oh.
The payload is approaching its destination. Defeat.
No, Walrus, no. Welcome back, Walrus.
Play of the game.
The gold 1 star is 1300.
Triple kill. Double.
Each border is 600 levels. So the third one is 1200 at the beginning, 1800 at the end. Right. Plat is 1800 to 2400, diamond is 2400 to 3k, and then 3k and beyond is just max diamond because there's nothing beyond it. Anyway, it's time to eat my din-dins, and then we'll get on some Stellaris. See you in about 10 minutes.